Okay, parents, I first wanted to show you when you get a Chromebook and it's a Chromebook that you have not used before, you need to add your child to the Chromebook. So here down in the bottom left, it says add person. You would press that down. And here it's asking for an email address. So I'm going to sign in as a student using their login information that I provided to you. And I'm going to do next. And then it's going to ask me for their password, which is the number that is on their login. And now, once everything comes up, I will be logged in as this particular student. And okay, once you are at the home screen, most of you will have this Google circle. Yours will most likely be at the bottom. Mine is on the side. But once you press that, you go to the Google search bar and you're going to type in the word Otus. Otus. And once you do that, you're going to press enter. And it's going to give you Otus, and it'll say educational technology to improve educator efficiency. You're going to go here where it's just the word Otus by itself. So I'm going to click Otus. And it's going to take me to this Otus page. Now, because I have signed in under a student's username and password, their login information, when I click on Google, it should remember that information and it should take me straight to her Otus page. And this is what it's going to look like when you open yours up. Here you have the home button, classes, lessons is where you want to be. So you're going to click lessons. And you have the word bingo, which is a related arts activity sheet. And this was a second grader. So it says second grade week 1 writing, animal research. Second grade week 1 reading, science, social studies, and second grade math week 1 telling time. Now I'm going to go to the writing one. Now here on the writing page, there's several things that you can do. You have all of your day 1. These are the instructions. This is a Pebble Go day 1 lesson. This is a recording sheet. So you would just kind of work your way through until you get to the end of those activities. Now this says open link. That was one of the activities on day 1. If I were to click that, it should take me to that particular page. If for some reason it doesn't take you to the page, then you would just let me know. But here it gives the username and password for PebbleGo, so you'll have that as well. Now let's go back over here. We're going to go back to lessons because that's the writing. Now I did want to say one thing about the writing. Many people had questions about how to make the book, the animal research book. My suggestion is to just get a couple pieces of paper. It can be writing paper, it can be computer paper, and I would just take it and fold it in half like this. Put a couple staples along the side, and your child can make a book like that. They can do a cover, and we've went over this many times in class, so they kind of know how to do this already. Now, if you don't want them to do their book this way, you can have them record everything on a notebook paper, but just make sure it's kind of divided up into sections where it actually looks like it could be a book. Okay? Now we're going to go back over here to lessons. And I'm going to click on the one that says math, week 1 telling time. Now this particular lesson here is a read aloud. And many people were having trouble getting to this. So I sent you a link on Remind that will take you to a site called Discus. And when you go to Discus, if you scroll down a little bit, it's going to be the Tumble Math is what you're looking for. And then when you go to Tumble Math, you're going to go to the one that says time. It's a green bar at the top of the page. And then the first book that you're going to see will be this book. That was for day 1. And we are on day 2. So I don't think there was a book for today. But for tomorrow, I'm doing this tonight. So it'll be for Thursday's lessons. You're going to also have a read aloud. And you're going to go to it using that same link to get to the book. Now, if we go back over here to lessons, here it has the reading one, and it has different books that are here that can be read. And for Thursday, you're going to be on day 3. Now, all of the lessons go up to day 5. If you could try to get all of that done this week, but if for some reason you don't have enough time to finish everything, you can always take some of the work into next week and kind of fit it in wherever you can to try to get as much of the work done as possible. And that is how you would sign in on a Chromebook. Okay, and I also wanted to show you what you would do if you're trying to go to MobyMax. So I entered the website, www.mobymax.com. And if you go to it from the lesson, it should take you to the site. But if for some reason it doesn't, you could just type that in the search bar. And it's going to take me to the MobyMax screen. And I'm going to go to sign in. And once you do that, because I'm a student, I would make sure that it's clicked here where it says as a student. Now for me, I would change mine to as a teacher. But because this is for the student to use, we're going to keep it as a student. Now it gives you the option to use school name or school code. We always use the school code. And the school code is SC1396. And because I've been on before, it remembers that. And I do go. And here it says username and password. Now I'm going to pretend that I am Jayla. So I'm going to type Jayla. And I'm going to do sign in. And this is taking me to Jayla's page. And then these are all of the assignments that Jayla has. And it shows here telling and writing time. Like these are different assignments that she was given and some that I've worked on with her. So what you would do is go to the books in the top left. And remember, you're going to K to 8 math. It's the very first green box for MobyMax. And you press that. And these are the assignments that Jayla has been given for this week. And she could click whichever one she wants to do first. It doesn't really matter. I would most likely start at the top and work my way down, but she basically can do it in whatever order she would like. So this says read digital clocks. And you would do the arrow.
A digital clock tells the time of
and
day.
it gives like a brief little lesson, and then it's going to do some problems.
The hour,
and that's how you would do
12.
MobyMax.